that work.
I want to bring in Congresswoman Gabbard. Congresswoman Gabbard, you took issue with Senator Harris confronting Vice President Biden at the last debate. You called it a, quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist. What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response.
I've been using Epidemic Sound as my go-to resource for background music and sound effects for the last 6 years.
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about reentering former offenders and getting them counseling. It is why, and because I know that criminal justice system is so broken, that I am an advocate for what we need to do to not only decriminalize, but legalize marijuana in the United States.
I want to bring Congresswoman Gabbard back in. Your response.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you were in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Senator Harris.
I call her the laughing hyena, Kamala Harris, boy. And I'm going to show you why tomorrow. The laughing hyena, the smiling assassin, Kamala Harris, she-devil. As always, I want to give her the praises and the glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and to his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the 144,000 elect men of Israel. Shalom to the elect men, women, and children who are scattered to the four corners of the world. Many are called, few are chosen. The chosen are the elect of the 12 tribes of Israel. Yeah, she's I call her the laughing hyena, and I'm going to do a video on that about her tomorrow to make you understand. The smiling assassin, this woman. She is so deceptive. She is so deceitful. There's everything about her is deceitful, this woman. And, you know, like I said, don't get this twisted. I'm not saying Donald Trump's any better, but this woman is coming to she's coming to deceive her people. She's coming to deceive her people, this woman. She is full of deceit. That tongue is mischief, yeah. So I just thought I brought up a few. I'm not going to spend too long on this. Probably very short while, but I just kind of wanted to just show you, boy, how deceitful this woman is. She is truly a deceitful. She's a chameleon. They should have called her the Chameleon Harris. That's a good title as well, isn't it? The Laughing Hyena or the Chameleon Harris. I'm going to do another video on there tomorrow, but today's is a quick short one, right? Because she's very deceitful. That's why I titled it Year of Your Father, the Devil, right? Because she is the word devil means to deceive, Diablo, and she's truly a she-devil, let me tell you. So I had a few scriptures up here with the word deceit. I'm see if I can just read a few of them, and then we're going to shut this down because I didn't want to make this to be too long. This is the book of Job 15, verse 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. And truly believe, boy, that woman is preparing a great deceit to deceive. I always say any so-called black man would vote for Kamala Harris, who's married to a small hat, has lost his mind. Any so-called black man in America that would seriously sit down and vote for Kamala Harris, who's married to a small hat, the worst of the heathens, right, has lost his mind. Completely lost his mind. This is Psalms 10, verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. That's her. That's the laughing hyena, Kamala Harris. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. That truly is her. That's her. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. Psalms 36 and 3. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He has left off to be wise and to do good. Not interested in doing wise and to do good. You heard what that congresswoman said, right? And that debate took place when she was running for president the first time against Joe Biden and against Trump the first time. That debate with I forget her name, something Gifford. Her name is Kamala. Sorry, we know what Kamala is. Tulsi Gabbard. Gabbard is her name. That's her name. Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard is her name. All right. And she was just showing you, boy, how deceitful she is, how lying that Kamala Harris, right? And she was saying, says he has left off to be wise and to do good. What did she say? She said that instead of her she said, I mean, she hit her hard, boy, and she got straight to the point. She said, instead of her doing the right thing, she said her record stinks, mate. She made it clear about her record. All right, let's quickly play about that bit again. We said about her record. Hold on. This is what. So she was saying that she put over 1,500 people in jail, right? And then laughed about it when they asked her if she smokes marijuana, all right? She had a man on death row, she was saying. She had a man on death row who she knew she was innocent, and she had to be subpoenaed to provide the information that would free that man from death row. This is the she-devil here, right, that you see. She said, hold on a minute, let me just do this. I want you to hear this. 1 second. I'm going to remove this, and then we're going to come back into it. We're going to add it in again. All right. 1 second. 1 second. Because I want you to hear it, man. This woman is the devil herself, mate. I'm telling you. She's a she-devil waiting to grab the throne. Okay, so you can hear me. There was no audio on the video. Yeah, I figured that. Let me play. I'm gonna drop it in again and see if we can. Let's see if we can do this. Hold on. What I'm gonna do. We're gonna hit it in again. 1 second, my family. It's late over here. It's just gone midnight. Gotta get up in the morning. Job. See if we can share this mix again. Okay. So hopefully, let me just drop this back again. I wanted to hear what she said again. I'm just going to play this again because I know you said you can hear me, but you couldn't hear what was being said. on the, let's stop sharing that one. Let's stop sharing that one. Then we're going to hit it. All right, this will be easier. This should work this time. So many buttons. Right, let's hear Gabby again, boy, because she hit her hard. All right, let's hope you can hear it this time.
The last debate, you called it a, quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist. What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response.
So you can see, right? You can see that's a she-devil on the screen we've got here. This woman here is a she-devil. And she thinks she can hide from, because I knew about her record when she was a prosecutor, boy, that she was prosecuting people of color like there was no tomorrow. She's an absolute she-devil, this woman. And don't get me wrong, probably half of those Jakes deserve to be in jail, because we know parts of California can be a very violent place between the gangs, you know, like the Crips and the Blood. But this woman was hunting, literally hunting her own people, boy. And her prosecution record is just terrible, absolutely terrible, wicked. She knew a man was innocent on death row. She refused to provide the information. She kept people in jail longer than their sentences so she can provide cheap labor for California, you know, for the state of California, prosecuting, sending people to jail for smoking marijuana. And when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana, she just laughed it off. This is the smiling assassin. That's why I said that. She's a laughing assassin, this woman, all right? She's an absolute she-devil. Let me just bring out a few more scriptures here. So this is what it says there, Psalms 36:3. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He has left off to be wise and to do good. Psalms 50:19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue framest deceit. And that's what she was, and that's what she is, boy. She's complete. This is deceptive. That's why I call her a she-devil. Psalms 55:11. Wickedness is in the midst thereof, deceit and guile. She's got a lot of guile, that woman, boy. Departs not from her streets. And that's her, boy. Psalms 101:7. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. She's definitely a 2/3 Kamala Harris, because her father is Jamaican and her mother is Tamil Indian. So she's definitely part of the 2/3. He that telleth lies, like she does, shall not tarry in my sight. And she is deceitful, deceptive. Shows full verses. The thoughts counsels. Proverbs 12:5. The thoughts of the righteous are right, but the counsels of the wicked are deceit, man. Proverbs 20:17. Bread of deceit is sweet to a man. She's going to deceive all of those people that want to vote for her. She thinks that she's this new thing, the black woman coming to be president. This woman is the devil, man. The same thing like with Obama. When Obama came, they thought, oh, he was this great president. Obama didn't do shit for you Jakes in America. Obama was the harbinger of for the elites. He says, but afterwards his mouth shall be what? Filled with gravel. And that's what happened to you Jakes when you voted for Obama, thinking, oh, Obama's going to do so great things for black people. He was just as deceitful as Kamala Harris, Obama. He brought you the bread of deceit. She's bringing the bread of deceit. And it's going to be sweet to a man when she starts talking and laughing like the laughing hyena she is. But afterwards, once you realize if you vote her in, if she makes it to the top, afterwards, his mouth shall be filled with gravel. Your mouths are going to be filled with gravel. Right? Because this woman is a complete deceit. Complete. Jeremiah 5:27. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses. The houses of the Democrats is full of deceit. Can't say it enough. This woman is going to deceive you, man. Eve is going to truly deceive you with the serpent. She's married to the serpent. Remember, she is married to the serpent. She is married to a small hat. Right? Therefore, they are become great and waxen rich. She is rich. Right? Her house, the cage is, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. She lives in the house of deceit amongst the elites. She's one of the elites. She's a low-level elite. Don't get it twisted. She's low level, but she's at a good enough level for her to know certain things still. And she's married to the serpent. Therefore, they are become great and waxen rich. She's married to, come back to that, right? See, I wasn't even going to bring up the serpent. Let me just tell, I think it's in Genesis chapter 3. Let me just type it in. All right, see, this is Eve. Eve is married to the serpent. Just so you understand, the fall of man, right, came through the woman, came through Eve, the so-called black woman, right? It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. And the serpent is a man. She is married to the serpent. She is married to an Edomite, a small hat, who is 100%, to my knowledge, an Edomite. So Eve, this is Eve here. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Yahweh, the power, had made. And he said unto the woman, to Eve, the so-called black woman, yea, has the Most High, the power, said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. Right? It's not an actual tree. This is a parable. This is parabolic language. And the woman said unto the serpent, to the small hat, to the Edomite, the serpent is the Edomite, had the spirit of Esau. This is a man, had the spirit of Esau. Right? And he wouldn't have looked like Esau at that point. He would have looked just like Eve. But he had the spirit of Esau, the spirit of Cain, same spirit. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. All right. She wanted to know too much. She wanted too much power. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. For the powers, Yahweh does know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. So that's what Eve signed up for. Remember, sin came into the world through Eve. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for the food, and this is parabolic language, this ain't an actual tree with an apple on it, right? Just so you understand. And that it was pleasant to the eyes and to the trees to be desired to make one wise, she took up the fruit thereof and did eat. She took on the ways of the serpent, where he showed her all the things that he put in her mind. He planted the seed in her mind and gave also unto her husband. And then she supplanted her husband with her, and she did eat. And the eyes of them were both opened, and they knew that they were naked. All right. Not actually naked. This is parabolic language, right? They now they knew more things. Now they knew good and evil. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of Yahweh, the power, walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of Yahweh, the power, amongst the trees of the garden. And Yahweh, the power, called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden. I was afraid because I was naked. I didn't know about the left-hand side, but now I do, right? And I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou was naked, right? Hast thou eaten of the tree? Wherefore I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat. And the man said, the woman, Eve, whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree and did eat. This is not an actual tree. This is not an apple or a pear. This is parabolic language where the serpent, which was a man that would look like Eve, looked like a Jake, right? That had the spirit of Esau, that showed her the stuffs on the left-hand side, introduced her to evil. And the Lord Yahweh, the power, said unto the woman, What is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent, which has the spirit of Esau, the spirit of Cain, beguiled me, and I did eat. And the power, Yahweh, said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field, and upon thy belly thou shalt go, and the dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. So the dust is symbolic, parabolic for confusion, right? The Lord is going to put him at the bottom of the ladder, and he's going to be a confused person. He's not going to, all these things that he think he's going to know, he's not going to know, right? And I will put an enmity between thee. So the Lord put enmity between thee, between the seed of Esau and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. All right. And this is unto the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. That's why women have childbirths, not childbirth, child pains when they give birth. I forget what they call it again, when they're going through their pregnancy and they're giving birth. And there's, they're spending days in the ward to give birth, and they have to sometimes get that's that injection that they call to cool off the pain. I forget what it's called, right? I've got 3 kids and I forgot what it's called. That's terrible, isn't it? I know. Right, but that's what they go through. They get those pangs and those pains, they travail, and that's the way it all comes from. And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Well, not no more, boy. Eve is ruling over us. Eve is ruling over us. All right. So that goes all down to, I was just reading from, just to show you, I was reading from Genesis chapter 3, verse 1, and I read, see, it says there, the fall of man, right? That's the subtitle. I was reading from there all the way down to, let me just show you, because I know I wasn't showing you when I was reading it, down to verse 16. That's where I read, right? Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 down to 16. So that's the serpent. The serpent is Esau, right? The serpent was the one that beguiled. As it says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh the power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, has the power said, Ye shall not eat of the tree of the garden. And he goes through all of that. And I read it all the way down to verse 16 here. All right. Just so you know where I was reading from. So yeah, so Eve, so this is who she's married to, right? Let me just quickly show you. Let me quickly show you who she's married to, all right? She's married to the serpent. And she's getting ready to beguile. She's getting ready to beguile you Jakes, boy. Especially the black woman. She can't wait to get you. Whoops, decline. This is a. Here you go. I didn't mean to do that. That jumped out. Let's go this one here. Share this tab instead. This is her husband. She's married to the serpent. She's married, and she ain't got no kids. She's as barren. She's barren. The Lord didn't give her any kids, boy. She's completely barren. She is. She's got no kids. But yeah, she's married to the serpent. That's her there. She's married to the serpent. He's a small hat. This man. That's who she's married to. Eve is married to the serpent, and she has not got no kids, no grandkids. She's got no kids anyway. She's barren. Doug Emhoff. She's going to lead you. I mean, like as far as we're concerned, you shouldn't be voting for anyone anyway, because we always tell you that leave that politics to these people here. But she's going to beguile so many of you Jakes out there. So many. Look, this is him here. He's an absolute small hat. I'm going to show you personal life. Whoops. It says here. Personal life. He's worth $5.8 million. He resides in Bled House. Yes. 22. Yeah, this man is look. This is in here. I'm trying to see. Has he got his parents here? It should tell you. But see, here you go. His family were congrats of Temple Shalom. See? A reformed synagogue in Aberdeen Township at which Emhoff had his bar mitzvah in 1977. Hope you can see it. See, it says there? It says, this is where we're reading from. Oops. It says his family were congregants of Temple Shalom, a reformed synagogue in Aberdeen Township at which Emhoff had his bar mitzvah in 1977. The next summer in 1978, Emhoff attended Camp Cedar Lake, Milford, and so, you know, bar mitzvah. He's a small hat. He comes from a small hat family. That's who he is. So there he is. Look, it says it right here. It says it right here. It says Douglas Craig Emhoff was born on October the 13th, 1964 in Brooklyn, New York. The son of, see it here, small hat parents, Barbara Nee Kanza and Michael Emhoff. He a small hat. She's married to the serpent, but she's going to beguile you, suckers. She's going to completely beguile you. She is going to completely beguile her audience, this demon. She's going to completely beguile you. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to just throw that in. I just kind of want to throw that in, boy. She's a devil in disguise. That's right. She absolutely is. The brother says she's a devil in disguise. That's what she is, boy. She's a devil in disguise. Truly, that's what she is. So anyway, that was just a quick lesson I wanted to throw out there before I catch some Zeds. As always, all praise and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and to his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the 144,000 elect men. Shalom to you men, women, and children. The elect of the children of Israel. The Bible speaks about you. Many are called, few are chosen. The word chosen goes back to the Greek word eklektos, which is talking about the elect of Israel. All praises and glory. Man, so she's getting ready. She's getting ready to do her thing. This devil, boy. Trust me. All right. We're going to see how many Negroes run and vote for her. But we'll see. I said, tomorrow I'm doing a video about it tomorrow, boy, because she is truly the laughing hyena, this woman. And I'm going to show you why tomorrow. All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises.